Chapter 10, Conclusion. Slang is here to stay. Duh. That's like saying language evolution and evolution in general are here to stay. Embracing change. Why we should love slang. Embracing change is the spice of life. And when it comes to language, nothing adds more flavor than slang. Picture this, a world where everyone speaks like they just stepped out of a textbook. Yawn, right? Not necessarily. I mean, it's good to understand what the heck people are saying, but slang will be in future textbooks. I mean, today's slang will be in future textbooks. What slang does is abbreviates language and makes language more concise, actually. Slang is the rebellious teenager of language, flipping the bird to the stuffy rules of grammar while sporting a hoodie and earbuds. It's the cool kid at the lunch table making language fun and relatable, as long as it's not the bully at the lunch table. Whether you're lit or on fleek, slang keeps our conversations fresh and our vocabularies vibrant. So let's throw on our favorite sneakers and embrace this ever-evolving lexicon with open arms. Slang evolves fast. This constant evolution is a linguistic playground where creativity reigns supreme. It's like watching a game of linguistic dodgeball, where words dodge the old-fashioned norms and come up with new, snappy ways to express what we're feeling. And the only reason I'm making this thing is because it gets me to read what AI has written from my prompts, and I'm finding it to be lame, no likey. This needs to be completely rewritten. Remember when dope was something you didn't want to be? Yeah, stupid. Now it's a compliment that could make a grandma blush. It's like bad being good. Dope is smart? Not. As slang adapts to culture, technology, and let's be honest, whatever the latest TikTok trend is, it connects us across generations, making language a living, breathing entity that thrives on change. It makes me think of the movie, it's like 2006 or 7, Idiocracy, and Terry Crews was the president of the United States, and his presidential greeting was Idiocracy. Let's not forget that slang is a gendered beast too. It has a quirky way of reflecting societal norms and differences, sometimes in the most amusing ways. And speaking of textbook language, this is written in textbook language. The friendly banter in this realm serves as a reminder that language is a reflection of our identities, and nothing says I'm fabulous quite like well-timed slang. As we dive deeper into the history of slang, it's fascinating to see how these terms have weathered the storms of time. From the dapper bee's knees of the 1920s to the YOLO phenomenon that made us question our life choices, slang has always had a knack for capturing the essence of its era. It's like a time capsule of our collective consciousness, showing what mattered to us, what made us laugh, and what we thought was totally gnarly. Each slang term is a snapshot of a moment, a cultural artifact that tells the story of our society's evolution. So when you hear someone drop a phrase that sounds like it came from another planet, just smile and appreciate the history behind it. Now there's something to think about. Mars slang, moon slang, when we finally populate the moon and then Mars. Are we going to skip the moon and go straight to Mars? I hope not. Paragraph 5. Finally, embracing slang is about celebrating our differences while finding common ground. The playful nature of slang creates a bond among people, whether they're huddled around a campfire along the river because they're homeless or scrolling through social media. It's a universal language of laughter, a way to express ourselves without the constraints of formal language. So let's raise a glass to slang, the linguistic rebel that refuses to be boxed in. The next time you hear a new term, don't roll your eyes. Chances are it's just a reminder that language is alive, kicking, and ready for the next big change. After all, if we can't laugh at ourselves and our ever-evolving language, what's the point? The final word, keep it real, keep it slang. In the grand circus of language, slang is the flamboyant clown that throws pies in the face of convention, leaving behind a trail of bewildered grammarians clutching their pearls. Talk about textbook language. Slang doesn't just walk, it moonwalks through the decades, mutating and adapting to fit the whims of culture. From the jazzed-up jive of the roaring 20s to the tech-tastic terms of the digital age, slang is the linguistic equivalent of a chameleon at a paint party. If you want to keep it real, you'd better be ready to roll with the punches and embrace the chaos. And yet, this whole book is written with textbook language. I mean, it sounds very formal. Now let's talk about the historical evolution of slang terms. Picture this: 100 years ago, your great-great-grandparents were probably using terms that would baffle you today. They might even have called something a bed bug for being a worthless freeloader, or describing a cool car as the cat's pajamas. Fast forward to today, and we're throwing around phrases like lit and on fleek and charge your car, find a charger for your Tesla, which would have left a Victorian fainting in their corset. The beauty of slang lies in its ability to capture the spirit of the times, a snapshot of what's hot and what's not. It's like a time capsule filled with linguistic treasures, and every generation adds its own unique flair. Gendered slang differences add another layer to this already tangled web. They keep bringing that up. A woman might use sick to talk about a new lipstick shade. That's really old slang. Gucci is Gen Z for that. It's like the language police just decided to throw a party and forgot to send out the invites, the invitations. Men and women often inhabit different linguistic worlds, with each gender carving out its own territory in the slang landscape. So if you're looking to keep it real, just remember, what's fly for one might be cringe for another. Then there's the beauty of slang as its abbreviation evolves. The art of abbreviation is like a secret code that only the coolest kids in class know. Who has time to say, I'm going to the grocery store, when you can just text G to G? This evolution is not just about saving breath, it's about creating a linguistic shorthand that bonds groups together. Now that I completely agree with. Slang evolves into a kind of secret handshake for those in the know, making the outside world feel like a stiff old librarian shushing you while you're trying to have fun. If you want to keep it real, embrace these abbreviations. In the end, the final word on slang is all about authenticity. Keep it real, keep it slang. Whether you're using it to connect with friends, express yourself, or simply to sound like the coolest cat on the block, remember that slang is a living, breathing entity. It's a reflection of who we are, where we've been, and where we're going. Go ahead, sprinkle some slang into your conversations, but do it with a wink and a nod. After all, slang is meant to be fun. And slang is the life of the party, so keep it real, keep it fresh, and always be ready to ride the wild wave of words that is slang. Last section. Call to action. Go forth and slang. In the grand tapestry of language, slang is the vibrant thread that adds color and pizzazz, transforming dull conversations into lively exchanges. Picture it as the mischievous little sibling of formal speech, always ready to jump out and surprise you with a cheeky wink. Now, as we stand at the precipice of this linguistic adventure, it's time for you to embrace your inner slangster and let those words fly. So grab your favorite slang dictionary or just your smartphone and prepare to dive headfirst into the exhilarating world of slang. Slang is not just a collection of quirky phrases, it's an ever-evolving beast that keeps us on our toes. Think of it as the fashion trend of language. One minute everyone is lit, and the next you're left scratching your head as you overhear someone say, it's giving. As slang evolves, so does our culture, so why not get in on the action? Whether you're a no-cap kind of person or you prefer the classics of yesteryear, the beauty of slang lies in its adaptability. Just remember, if you're going to drop some slang bombs, make sure they're fresh out of the oven and not stale like last week's bread. And then again, if you're making a movie, you need to use period language. So if you're a 20-year-old making a movie set 50 years ago, you need to learn the old slang, don't you? Now, let's not forget the gender differences in slang. They keep bringing that up. Men and women have been known to use language in delightfully different ways, creating a rich tapestry of slang that reflects society's quirks. It's like a linguistic dance-off where each side shows off its best moves. Ladies might sprinkle in a little yas queen, while gents throw down with bro, and somehow it all blends into a fabulous linguistic stew. So whether you're a dude or a gal, babe is more like it, there's a whole world of slang waiting for you to explore. Just be careful not to cross those verbal streams until you want a confused audience at your next gathering. As you venture forth into the realm of slang, remember that this journey is best taken with a sense of humor. Slang is meant to be fun, a playful jab at the seriousness of life, so don't be afraid to experiment. I think AI is completely missing it here. You know, maybe my prompts helped it to miss it, but I just don't like what has transpired here. For one thing, it's just redundant. I need to go through and find all the paragraphs that reference, I guess I can do a search for that, the gender differences in slang. One paragraph is sufficient, and I think there have been at least 5, maybe closer to 10. Try out the latest terms with your friends, or better yet, throw them into a conversation with your parents and watch the bewilderment unfold. What's a vibe check, dear? They might ask, while you revel in the bewildering joy of it all. Just imagine the stories you'll have to tell when grandma finally grasps the concept of flexing, the ultimate family bonding experience. So what are you waiting for? The world of slang is your oyster, ready for you to crack it open and discover the pearls within. Go forth and slang. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just dipping your toes into this sea of words, remember that slang is about connection, creativity, and a little bit of chaos. So grab your friends, unleash your inner wordsmith, and let the slang flow like a river of wit and charm. Who knows, you might just start the next big trend in the world of language, one cheeky phrase at a time. I like Go Forth and Slang better as a title, so I think I'm going to retitle this book, Go Forth and Slang.